Understand that they want to be careful. I understand that they wanted to bring attention because they don't want to find themselves in a situation where all of a sudden Canelo Alvarez is empowered because he's performance enhanced, because this is boxing that we're talking about here. You can get yourself hurt in that ring.
You know, but what we don't talk about is, you know, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we really don't know all the fighters he beat. And he was what he could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
You think he was clean the night he fought?
I'm saying, I don't know.
The entire boxing universe is completely losing its mind right now, and not for the reasons fans were expecting at all. Canelo Alvarez, one of the biggest superstars in combat sports history, the face of modern boxing itself, has reportedly tested positive for steroids once again, and now the outrage is exploding from every possible direction imaginable. This is not just another random boxing headline people casually scroll past online. This has turned into a full-blown controversy, tearing through the entire sport like wildfire. And the craziest part of all, this is not even the first time Canelo's name has been connected to performance-enhancing drug accusations. From old rumors that never truly disappeared to previous scandals that shocked fans years ago.
Dr. Bletcher, do you think the reason why PEDs are so prominent is because they're still not testing for growth hormone quite yet?
Well, that's one, but there are many out there. I think the testing policies that are in place are really not designed to catch people yet.
According to multiple shocking reports, Canelo allegedly failed a routine drug test after traces of a banned substance were reportedly discovered inside his system. These are the exact types of tests designed specifically to protect fighters and keep the sport completely clean. Elite level fighters get tested constantly at this stage of the game, so when someone as massive as
fucking Canelo, man, I don't know if he's cheating.
What do you mean?
I feel like Canelo juices. But I'm a Triple G fan, so I'm a say that ahead of time. I just like Triple G.
There's a lot of money on the line, and if I could get away with it, I would do it as well.
Some tainted beefs.
I think, well, he definitely got busted once for something, but it could have been from tainted beef. We don't know. But it also could be that, you know, we should probably leave them the fuck alone and let them do whatever they want to do. Do you want to see Manny Pacquiao fight or not? Right? I want to see him juiced up, fighting at 45 years of age, coming in with a full six-pack, lighting people on fire.
Himself or a mid-level fighter chasing headlines and attention. We are talking about the king of Mexican boxing, a pound-for-pound superstar, a global attraction who has generated hundreds of millions of dollars inside the ring and built one of the strongest brands in combat sports history.
Till this day, he came out stating Canelo is on steroids. I know this because I'm on steroids.
Now, this failed test changes absolutely everything people thought they knew before. Fans everywhere are suddenly questioning every major performance from the last several years. Were all those victories truly earned fairly inside the ring? Did his opponents ever have a genuine chance after the opening bell rang? Or were they stepping into battle against not only elite talent and experience?
Do you think Canelo will ever pop dirty again?
No.
Do you think he's still juicing?
I don't know. I don't know what's in the man's heart. That's God's business. That's Jesus' business. It's not my business.
And this is exactly where things become even more frustrating for boxing fans watching around the world today. Ryan Garcia recently tested positive for a banned substance himself, and immediately got destroyed by criticism, penalties, suspensions, and non-stop attacks from the media everywhere. Yet with Canelo, early reactions already make it seem like he could walk away from this situation with barely any serious punishment at all. Jermall Charlo also added even more fuel to...
Y'all think Canelo hasn't been taking Clinton Bruderol for a long ass time? Y'all think he ain't back on that shit? Or y'all think it was just in the state? Because I go to Mexico all the time, from Houston, from Texas. I'm in Mexico all the time, eating steak. I ain't never got popped.
Wasted absolutely no time throwing gasoline directly onto this massive controversy. According to him, Canelo's camp supposedly has enough power, money, and influence behind closed doors to make ugly situations disappear before they ever become giant public disasters. De La Hoya even hinted that the right people may have allegedly been paid off in the past.
Has anybody else noticed this? Well, I actually did some digging and confirmed many members of the boxing media have been paid off by certain people and essentially muzzled. I mean, these are the facts. For example, 6 of Eddie Reynoso's fighters have tested positive for PEDs.
That is an explosive accusation coming from someone who once promoted Canelo personally and helped build his empire into what it became. De La Hoya did not quietly hint about favoritism behind the scenes in private conversations. He painted a picture of a boxing system that bends rules.
It's Crawford who's made.
Are we gonna relitigate Canelo Alvarez's drug test?
I'm a drug user. I cheated sport plenty of times. I cheated those same commissions. This is not to relitigate. We know our own. I'm a cheater. I know a cheater when I see one.
The type of system where regulations suddenly become flexible once gigantic pay-per-view numbers and sold-out arenas enter the conversation behind the scenes. Those accusations only add more fire to years of fan frustration surrounding favoritism throughout the sport of boxing itself. David Benavidez also raised eyebrows recently by questioning whether Canelo's physique and stamina looked completely natural to him personally. He never.
If Canelo was 100% confident in himself, I don't know why he wouldn't fight me. Especially since, seeing that everybody in his team is on steroids, which means including him, so he never got off
You
the
think he's on steroids?
Of course. Sure. How does 5?
You saw De La Hoya
How do five people out of your camp get tested positive for steroids? Right. You know what I mean? No, all those fucking dudes in that camp are dirty.
Then you have Terrence Crawford, the undisputed champion, better known worldwide as Bud, who did not hold back even slightly after these shocking reports suddenly surfaced online. Crawford and Canelo have exchanged verbal shots for years already, with Bud accusing him of cherry-picking safer.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. So let's not do that, Canelo.
That this latest controversy has exploded all over the internet, Crawford is firing back even harder than ever before publicly. He is making it crystal clear that this entire situation only strengthens what he has believed all along, that Canelo was never as untouchable as boxing fans were constantly.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you pushed for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
And let's be completely honest here for a second. Bud Crawford is not the type of fighter who casually throws accusations around publicly without.
So we have 2 drug users that both lost. 2 birds, 1 stone. But let's get to the point. The WBC raised the clenbuterol level for the drug users when they got caught using clenbuterol. They raised the drug level. As you can see right here, the WBC is owned by Mauricio Suleiman, a fellow Mexican. They raised the drug level for 2 steroid users, and they suffered 2 losses. 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 birds, 1 steroid. 2 birds, 1 steroid. I mean, what are you gonna say now? It's crazy how people can be the best but be on steroids. Where? In any other professional sport, you will be banned, you'll be stripped, but in this sport, you can be using steroids and still be good.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has spent years calling Canelo overrated ever since their fight back in 2013, where Floyd completely outclassed him on the biggest stage possible. And he has never stopped reminding people about.
You can take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Now with another steroid controversy suddenly surrounding Canelo once again, Floyd is doubling down harder than ever before, saying this is exactly why he never fully bought into the massive hype surrounding his old rival publicly. For Floyd, this entire situation feels deeply personal to him. He constantly promoted himself as a fighter who succeeded through skill, discipline, and clean testing during his career instead of shortcuts. And now he is using this scam.
Nice right hand by Mayweather off the jab. No dancing from Floyd Mayweather. Very low. Canelo goes low.
But you see what Floyd was doing in the clinches. He had his open hand over the mouth of Canelo Alvarez. I wonder if we can get a replay at the end of the round. So he put his glove, he almost muffed him. He put the palm of his glove in Canelo's face in that clinch on the opposite side.
Wow, Mayweather goes to touch gloves and Canelo wants no part of it. Counter right that bounced off Mayweather's shoulder. There was a left hook that landed by Canelo, but Mayweather comes back with a two-punch combination of his own.
You can't beat Floyd Mayweather unless you can...
And Canelo shoulder bumps Mayweather.
He's telling him you're doing it.
And suddenly, this makes a potential showdown between Canelo and Terrence. Crawford even more fascinating and controversial than before for fans worldwide. Crawford wants to jump from 147 pounds all the way up to 168 just to challenge Canelo directly inside the ring. That is an enormous leap across 3 completely separate weight classes, something almost nobody attempts successfully at this level. But Bud's message is simple and direct. If I am willing to stay clean and take the risk, why can't you do exactly the same thing yourself? This is no longer only about size differences.
Dan Rafael kind of made a great point when talking about sizes. Because he said, if you look at them two together now, they look the same size. He said, people have got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package. It's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. So, and it was good. It was a very good point. He was like, Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the best part of a decade.
Basically.
He's so used to taking those shots. Whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically trying to say Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dimitri Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled.
Not even getting wobbled, just literally shaking it off.
Yeah.
You can take Terrence Crawford shots.
100%.
Canelo has spent years dominating divisions that perfectly suit his strengths, power, and fighting style inside the ring. Critics claim he often forces opponents into uncomfortable situations or faces fighters who are not naturally built for those weight classes physically. Now someone like Crawford, already considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters alive today, steps forward to challenge him
Of course, you know what I mean? Like I said before, this is the biggest fight in boxing. You know, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo, Canelo versus Crawford. It's the biggest fight to be made in boxing, and it's made, and we're gonna make history.
We saw you at 180. Are you comfortable at that weight? Are you walking around that big? Are you comfortable at that?
Nah, man, I'm 200 pounds, man. What y'all talking about?
Now imagine for a second that this fight actually happens with both men entering the ring completely clean and tested fairly from every angle possible. What kind of fight would boxing fans witness live? Crawford is a genius when it comes to timing, angles, counter shots, and switching stances smoothly during fights. He fights with the brain of a tactician, but carries the power of a destroyer. At the same time, he made Errol Spence Jr. look completely helpless inside the ring. He forced Sean Porter's own father to stop the fight personally. Most importantly, Crawford understands exactly how to control rhythm.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that. day.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same shit everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Why?
Canelo's biggest strengths have always been his terrifying counterpunching ability, brutal body shots, and explosive timing under pressure inside big fights. But if Crawford survives those dangerous early rounds and keeps the fight moving intelligently, then fans could witness an all-time chess match inside the ring itself. The deeper the fight goes, the more dangerous Crawford becomes for anybody standing across from him. But, and this is a massive problem right now, if Canelo enters the fight chemically enhanced once again, then none of it becomes truly fair anymore. That stops being boxing completely. That stops being legacy entirely. That becomes a manipulated game before the opening bell even rings officially. And honestly, the bigger issue now is not only whether Canelo allegedly used steroids again, it is what this entire situation says about boxing's credibility as a legitimate sport today. Fans already question judging, matchmaking, promoters, and sanctioning organizations constantly across the sport. Add failed drug tests involving giant superstars without serious punishment, and the entire sport starts looking completely corrupt to millions watching worldwide. If this were a smaller fighter without fame, influence, or a gigantic
when the
fan
greatest
base,
Canelo came out, the one that you guys seen that fought Triple G the first time, bro, dude popped dirty for clenbuterol, bro. Why do you think the second fight didn't happen? So for me, seeing that was the best Canelo I've ever seen. But that was Canelo off of steroids. Everybody else that he fought Amir Khan, he fought Daniel Jacobs, he fought Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. These guys are all weak, bro. So for me, that's why I feel like I see Canelo Alvarez and I see like, he's not as good as everybody thinks. Because the best one that fought Golovkin that first time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
supporting him publicly, the punishment would probably be immediate and absolutely brutal. That is exactly why fan outrage is boiling over online everywhere right now. Voice Ryan Garcia, Dillian White, and Jarrell Miller have all...
So you gonna ask somebody that tested positive for steroids what they think about someone else testing positive for steroids? A friend, a fellow countryman, a fellow caveman, their fellow cave brethren.
And the truth is, this controversy did not suddenly appear out of nowhere overnight either. Back in 2018, Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol before his highly anticipated rematch against Gennady Golovkin. At the time, he blamed the failed test on contaminated meat consumed in Mexico reportedly. Even though he served a short suspension afterward, many boxing fans never fully accepted that explanation or forgot about the scandal.
To up the protein content in the meat. And he's saying that what he had was contaminated meat because his training center is in Mexico and there's a problem with Mexican meat down there. He even issued a statement saying, quote, "I'm an athlete who respects the sport and this surprises me and bothers me because it had never happened to me. I will submit to all the tests that require me to clarify this embarrassing situation, and I trust in the end the truth will prevail." So far, the fight with Gennady Golovkin is still on. He's still dead set on making that fight. Canelo says he's moving his training camp out of Mexico into the United States.
And let's not forget one massive reality hanging directly over this entire scandal right now either. Canelo remains one of the biggest financial engines in the entire sport of boxing today. Promoters, television companies, streaming platforms, sponsors, and arenas all make unbelievable amounts of money whenever he steps inside the ring publicly. That level of financial